What's up, sons? It's Blindrod with Tech once again. I just got done playing a game called Omensight here at PAX South 2018. It doesn't actually have any beta options or alpha options or anything that we can get you into. I can't even get into it, so I could only play it here, so I'm just going to be covering it briefly. Luckily, I was able to get somebody to allow me to go ahead and cap some footage from them, so we'll be playing that here in the background while we talk about it. Omensight is an action-adventure platformer with RPG elements, meaning that you're going to have essentially the action-adventure third-person point of view for all of the fight scenes, etc., and then some jumping puzzles for the platforming portion, which didn't seem too heavy on that. The thing that makes the game unique is going to be that there are pretty much multiple paths that you can take. And nobody told me this at first, but the way I figured it out is I watched the person before me play, obviously, because I was video cameraing it, and then I played myself. And what I noticed at the end of the game is the final boss, where he was allowed to go ahead and kill him because his companion was telling him to kill him. You had the option of not killing him, the final boss, I guess, for this demo or can demo, and then the story changed. And what happens there is that you unlock different portions of the story. What the portions of the story that you're trying to figure out is what happened to end the world in the last 24 hours. So you're playing the last 24 hours within the world and then trying to figure out the story of why the world is ending there. And there are multiple companions that you replay every 24 hours, the same 24 hours with different companions, and you can actually lose those companions depending on your choices, and you can gain new companions or swap them out depending on your choices. So that's a really neat aspect that allows for a lot of replayability. Now, the devs did say it's between 12 and 20 hours of gameplay depending on how much you want to discover, and that's one playthrough. I'm assuming because of the story elements and the way that plays out, you're going to have the option of course, replaying and getting different portions of the story. So that's really good news. There's probably lots of gameplay in this particular title that I'm looking forward to. Now, the person that played it before me kind of alluded to the fact that the combat was Arkham series, Batman Arkham series style. So we're talking about, you know, really fluid combat here, and I felt that as well. Currently it's slated for release for Steam only, but they are in talks with other console manufacturers. I did play on a Sony PlayStation, but I guess that's not confirmed or anything like that. But I was able to, when I hit the options, it did bring up the actual Sony dashboard. So I do know that the game is running on PlayStation 4. I'm not sure exactly when that launch date will be, so be looking for it if you're a PC gamer on Steam for sure. The platforming also felt really smooth. All of the controls were very tight. You didn't feel like anything was too floaty, etc. And bouncing between enemies worked very well. The other portion of the combat, of course, is going to be your special abilities. In the demo, there were 3 special abilities. I'm trying to remember what all of them were. I know that one was slow down, so you have an area of effect that slows down all of the enemies around you. And then the other one is it increases your attack speed. So if you use those two together, obviously the combo is ridiculous. And I'm assuming because it is going to be, or is slated as or titled as, described as a role-playing game, there you go, that you're going to be able to improve those abilities and unlock other abilities. So lots of depth in this little title. Depending on where the price point is, it could be an awesome buy. Of course, if it's too expensive, I might kill it. Anything under $30 here, in my opinion, is going to be pretty good for it. So keep an eye out. Like I said, when it launches, I'll link it in the description below. And I'm in talks with him about getting a pre-build to go ahead and play around with and show off to you guys. So we'll see what happens with that as well. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know we did a lot of gaming content this week, and we have some more probably coming up. We also have some PC modding content coming, as well as some a really cool scratch build that was here at BYOC. So if you're interested in that, please hit the subscribe button, hit like, and as always, I will see you next Tuesday.